Good evening, everyone. We are so glad that you're here. My name is Debbie Hillman, and I'm the board chair for BCDI Atlanta, also known as Black Child Development Institute. Because it's always interesting, we're in meetings and people say BD, BC. People have a hard time putting those letters together. But we are Black Child Development Institute Atlanta, and we are here because we care about our children, families, and communities. And we are here to make a difference. One of the things that Tatiana and I talked about yesterday was just the importance of how we keep it in the road, the importance of how we keep our heads up, because we do have voices that need to be lifted. We have individuals who are trying to figure it out. One of the things that I did earlier today was to participate in the BB Moore Campbell Minority Mental Health Symposium. And what they were talking about today was uncertainty. And what does uncertainty look like as it relates to our mental health? One of the individuals that was speaking talked about being a federal employee in the district and how it felt day in and day out to try to figure out, am I going to have a job? Do I still have a job? Is somebody going to come and snatch up my job? And this lady said that after going through that for several months and feeling at some point that her anxiety had passed over to her husband, even that he wasn't there to give her the reassurance that he usually gave. But what he did was he was still there, but not in the same way. So one of the things that she is doing is to having taken the pivot and decided, you know what? You don't need my services anymore. So she packed up her bag, her marbles, her baseball bat, all of it, and left the government. So she is about to start a new business venture with her husband. So as we think about words like Medicaid, SNAP, housing assistance, energy assistance, all of those things that many of our families have been forced to depend on. You know, we are not the quote unquote lazy people that they talk about. We are the hard-working, take care of our families, protect our domain kind of people. So as we call tonight's meeting to order, let us call the meeting to order thinking about how we individually and collectively can continue to ensure that our children, families, and communities know that they're okay. Because we're okay. We've been here before. And guess what? We made it then. We'll make it now. Thank you and enjoy the meeting.
Thank you, Miss Debbie. We are so appreciative of your wisdom and your encouragement. Yes, we are all out here please excuse the puppy. We're all out here advocating for not only ourselves, but the families and children in our community. And we recently had the wonderful opportunity of sharing our story and our experience on Atlanta News First this last week. We were able to join in partnership with APAC because a part of the interview was the reduction in the federal funds to after school and summer programs. My family was impacted. Other families are impacted. Dr. Lisa, her organization supports young children as well. And I'm sure some of those families were impacted. So our goal and mission with BCDI Atlanta is to equip us with those resources and those tools to ensure that we are properly educated, but also aware of how to advocate on behalf of our families and children and ourselves. So thank you, Ms. Debbie, for leading with that. Give me one moment. My apologies. So welcome to our quarterly village meeting. We're so happy for you to join us. In our previous meeting during mental health, maternal health week, we did have an opportunity to partner with Center for Black Women's Wellness, where they were proposing to provide us with some valuable insights on supporting Black families, mothers and families in our community. It's very important that we bring in this meeting and in this space those industry experts to help support the work that we're doing. So we're always looking for partnerships, guest speakers to join our meetings to, again, educate our community on best practices for our families and children. But tonight at this meeting, we're always excited. This is one of my favorite meetings. We are hosting our Summer Family Literacy Night in partnership with Gears and the Mayor Summer Reading Club, as well as our new partnership with DH Elevation and Great Girls. And you'll learn more about that, but we're excited to dive in today. This meeting is always interactive, where we'll join some breakout groups, but also come back and have a conversation about the importance of literacy. So thank you all so much for joining us today. As a part of our agenda for today, we want to make sure that we still provide time to give you an overview of where we are in the organization today, who we are, what we do. We have lots of our board members on the call today, as well as our team contractors joining us today, and just share a few membership updates regarding some of our benefits that we do offer and answer any questions about membership. Today, we're going to focus on our feature program, Read to Succeed. And then we have our presentation with our Family Literacy Night, where we will have the opportunity to listen to our Mayor Summer Reading Club stories, and families will be able to engage in an activity. But also, we want to make sure that you are aware that being a part of this call, you will also receive copies of the Mayor Summer Reading Club. So we will make sure that we put the links in the chat, but we will also send a follow-up email tomorrow, making sure that you have all the links that you need to make sure that you provide us with your shipping address so we can mail those books to you. We'll conclude the meeting with ways to get involved. BCDI Atlanta is busy this 2025 year, and then allow space for Q&A. So we're going to go ahead and get started. As many of you are aware, BCDI Atlanta mission is to improve and advance the quality of life for Black children and families in Georgia through education and advocacy. And in order for us to do so, we have made sure that we incorporate these 4 focus areas within the scope of work that we do. When it comes to our family engagement, we make sure that we provide relevant resources for our families to engage them, to ensure that they have resources for supporting their families and children. Our early care and education, we have our amazing Expand ECE fellowship program, which a few weeks ago, we did put it out there. We are opening our application for new fellows. They will join this 9-month leadership program where they will receive coaching from professional coaches. We have one of our coaches on the call, and they will also have an opportunity to participate in professional development, and again, hear from industries leaders to make sure that they have resources that will support their workforce development. As we are here today, we are going to learn more about our Read to Succeed through our literacy efforts, as well as some other opportunities that have come up for us. In our public policy, we've also received an opportunity to bring back our Lifted Advocacy and Policy Fellowship Program, where we're going to engage some fellows in an opportunity to, it's almost like a policy and advocacy 101 fellowship program for them, where they will learn the understanding of how to advocate for policies within their school district, as well as local and state level policies. So we're excited to partner with a few organizations to support that effort. I will note on this slide, we do have a new phone number. Our number has been the same for the last 3 years, but we wanted to try a different service provider. So we do have a new phone number. Try to keep it very similar to the previous number. The last 3 digits are the only 3 digits that changed, but I wanted to make you aware that we do have a new phone number. And so we wanted to make sure that you all saw that, and it has been updated on our website. This time when you give us a call, you will speak to a live person that is very aware of who we are, and we're able to get your questions answered much more quickly. So I wanted to bring that to you all's attention. All right, this year we have a dynamic board. Every time we get into a meeting, I say this board is the most engaged. We have deep conversations, and our 2025 board of directors are very committed to ensuring that we are following the mission and vision for BCDI-Atlanta to keep us going as we have been doing since 1981. So you've heard from our wonderful Debbie Hillman, who is our chairwoman, Miss Margaret McCall, our vice chair, Miss Bridget Willis, she's on here. She is our treasurer, previous member at large. Our wonderful Brittany McDuffie, she is our secretary. Oh, let me let Nathan in. He's right on time. All right, and that's me. I'm Tatiana Elmore, the president of BCDI Atlanta, and Nathan Thompson, who just joined us, is also one of our members at large and does amazing work with connecting us with literacy partners, and also inviting us to different spaces where we can connect more to the community. So thank you, Nathan. Also, Miss Janice Robinson Celeste is here. She has an amazing digital parent magazine. You guys will hear more about her magazine, as well as see more of Miss Janice in our upcoming parent workshops and opportunities. And then we have Miss Carolyn. I'm not sure if she's on here today, but she's also one of our dynamic board members that is our member at large. Welcome, board. Thank you so much for joining. So at BCDI Atlanta, we are a membership-based organization. This meeting that we host each quarter is for you to come in, learn more about what we do, who we are, but we also create this space for you as members to share some of your thoughts, your ideas, and some things that you would like to see take place in the space for BCDI Atlanta. We always want to remind you that the membership is renewed on an annual basis. You typically receive a reminder email, I want to say 30 and 60 days prior to the expiration of your membership. So just keep an eye out for that email. You will receive it from GlueUp, which is the portal that does manage the system. But just as always a reminder, we have great benefits as a part of being a member with BCDI, but we're also trying to enhance our benefits as well. We're looking to partner with organizations where our members can receive discount codes, where they can get discounts on food, discounts on services, and just different essential needs that they may have. We want to partner with those organizations to provide our members with discounts. We're also looking at ways to incorporate more professional development opportunities. We understand through our partnership with Right from the Start, there's always different trainings that are required for professional development requirements. So we want to make sure that as a community advocate, we are out there creating these spaces and opportunities for the children and educators to receive these resources. Other ways that we are looking to increase our benefits is hosting different meetups. We will love, I was back when we were face to face at the Laudermilk, and we could hang out, have conversation, have a little bite to eat. So we're brainstorming from the board different ways that we can get together, maybe have a meetup with members, new members, existing members, or members who individuals who are interested. So as members of BCDI Atlanta, share some of those ideas, share some of those resources with us so we can make sure that we're providing, again, high level benefits to our members. We also recently designed digital membership cards. So if you are a member and you have not received your membership card, please send us an email so we can email you a copy of your digital membership card. Again, with this digital card, we're trying to create benefits where you can pop up, like a black card and say, hey, give me my 15% off Popeyes, or give me my 15% off Staples. So again, we want to make sure that you have those resources that are offered to you through our membership. So as I mentioned, GlueUp is the portal that supports the membership database. So if you have any questions, please visit, moving to the next slide. Please visit bcdiatlanta.org /members. And if you forgot your password, just click forgot membership. If you're having trouble with your membership or accessing your account, please send us an email at info@bcdiatlanta.org, and we will make sure that we follow up with you and get that corrected. The system has only been around for a few years. We want to make sure that we maintain our members, and we don't want you to be discouraged if you come across any errors. GlueUp is another website or portal that has different features that are embedded into there. So that may be another place where we may house and host different activities and events as well. So please make sure that you update your information in GlueUp. Any event that we may have to send a blast email, it's easier to do it from GlueUp versus using other systems. Awesome. So as you are all aware, we are one of the many branches of the National Black Child Development Institute. I'm not sure if you all are receiving our email, but they are coming to us this October, and we are super excited. I will say that there will be more information about volunteer opportunities for the conference, so stay tuned for more information about that, but we have more details to share around the conference that's coming up. But NBCDI has established 8 essential outcomes that we all trust and follow in order to make sure that we are providing a framework for Black child development for children birth to age 8. We want to make sure that we provide opportunities within as many of these 8 essential outcomes as possible. So for BCDI Atlanta, we currently operate 6 of the 8 essential outcomes. And our goal is to make sure as we're using this model, we're able to provide resources, whether it's workshops, our community cafes, our lattes and learning opportunities, to ensure that all communication, all work that we do is truly supportive of these 8 essential outcomes. So for us today here, we are truly fulfilling that of representation, where we want children to be able to see themselves in books and toys that reflect who they are and who they can be. We want to make sure that our children see characters, but also read stories that reflect who they are through their positive self-identity as well as self-esteem improvement. We also want to make sure that we provide resources in our literacy that shows them the importance of empathy and understanding of their own and other cultures. So yes, we are Black Child Development Institute, but as you see from our board, we are a diverse community, as well as our staff. We are a diverse staff, but the goal is to support all family and children to make sure that these essential outcomes are part of their early learning experiences. Awesome. So now I am going to turn it over to Ms. Sharon Hudgens-Beck, our amazing program coordinator, and she's going to dive into our feature program today, literacy. Thank you all so much for joining.
Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. It's so good to see everyone here this evening. And yes, I'm going to talk a little bit about our featured programs, Read to Succeed, and then our Mayor Summer Reading Club, which is a part of our Read to Succeed program. Next slide. So, woohoo! Do you see all those people? If you have been in touch and you stay in touch with BCDI Atlanta and you read our newsletters, you know that we have been awarded one of the Georgia Reads Grants Community Awards. And it is an opportunity for us to further creating libraries for children and families. And we will be able to provide professional development for the educators and family engagement sessions to talk about the value and importance of literacy and the value and importance of the school-home connection. So this was a picture at our kickoff reading rally at Easter Seals, North Georgia, Sylvan Hills location. And there is Malcolm Mitchell, Coach Malcolm, and his son there in the middle. And he did an amazing job reading to the children. So was very impressed with how he engaged and was able to hold their attention. Y'all see that group, that was 3 and 4 year olds, and he was able to hold their attention while he read the entire book. So within our Read to Succeed program, last year, we distributed 2,646 books. So it is our goal this year to increase that. We are hoping to more than double that number. And to tell you the truth, with those books from Georgia Reads, we're already halfway there, right? We just have to get them into the hands of children and families. And so I believe that we are going to more than double this number in 2025, even though we only have 6 more months left to go in this, well, I guess 5.5 now, months to go in this year. So it is Family Literacy Night. And it is sponsored by the Mayor Summer Reading Club and Gears, as well as other partners, Cox Campus. We've got the Alliance Theater, are some of the other partners who help to make this program rock like it does. So we will be reading 2 books. Well, we will have some special guests who will be reading these 2 books tonight. We have the Infant Toddler book, which is this book right here, Our Family is Growing, which was written, you all, by a youth through Young Publishing. And so this was written by one of our youth in the community. So that to me is an amazing feat in and of itself. And then our preschool book is The Great Aunt Sleepover. And so we will hear both of these books from one of our partners, and I'm very excited about it. And so I am going to bring on, next slide, I'm going to bring up, yes, Dr. Lisa Sistrunk and from DH Elevation, who helped us to make this a fruition, this thought that Tatiana had come true. And so we are going to turn it over to
Dr. Lisa's idea.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Dr. Lisa. I thought she had the idea to do it, but that you thought about the Mayor Summer Reading Club. But anyway, I'm going to give the mic to Dr. Lisa for a little while. She's going to introduce herself. Tell us a little bit about DH Elevation Consulting and the program where these girls that you see sitting here in this picture, what they do with Dr. Lisa. So Dr. Lisa, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Sharon, and thank you so much, Tatiana, for having me here and for this wonderful partnership. Many of you know that BCDI has been a part of my life for a very long time. And for a little while it was dormant, but now we're active again, and I'm here, I'm home, I'm excited about it. So I am Dr. Lisa Sistrunk. I am the CEO of DH Elevation Consulting. We are a 2-area impact focused organization. We do professional services and human development. And on the human development side, we mentor coach 8 to 15-year-old girls and life coach 16 to 30-year-olds. And the girls who you see here, they are part of our I Am Girl Greatness movement. That's the 8 to 15-year-olds. And so in our I Am Girl Greatness movement, we have monthly meetups. We do an annual National Great Girl Meetup, which we did the last weekend in June. A couple of weekends ago, and it was absolutely wonderful. And we try to do a community service project whenever we have our meetups. And well, also throughout the year. But what we decided this year was that we would have our girls record them. We would have our girls recorded reading children's books. And what would we do with these recordings? Well, of course, we needed to partner with BCDI Atlanta so that they could have a virtual library and it could be shown in the childcare centers or however you all decide you all want to disseminate them and make them available to people. And so we actually had, there were actually 6 girls. So 4 of our girls are presented here, and you will hear from 2 of them who read the books. And some of the girls were nervous, but they watched their peers and they said okay. And then Tatiana also did a little lesson with them on how to hold the book and how to read it, and they really enjoyed it. One of the girls said, "See you next time." And so I think this is something, as Tatiana said, was, "Oh, you've started something." So this is something that we want to do on a regular basis because it's important. I just heard some statistics. I think it was last week, how literacy is on the decline. And it seems like we're just kind of going backwards in a lot of things. And one of the things that we know for certain is having a solid foundation at home that helps. And so for families who are not able to, that's right, want to be starting some families who are not able to have books. So I love that you all want to double the number, right? You all, looks like almost 5,000 books you all want to give out. And so let us know how we can help. We'll come and give out some books too. But, some families who don't have access to the books, maybe they can't get to the library or just different things that kind of preclude their opportunities to read to their children. And just like you said, helping parents know the importance of literacy, especially in this day and age when they have everything on their phones, right? And they short text and they use acronyms and all of these things, but no, there are actually real words that have lots of letters in them to make them up. And so let's use the words. Let's really read and get the joy of reading. And so 2 of our girls, one is Ariel Stokes. We call her AMAC, and she is a rising 7th grader at KIPP South Fulton. And then one of our newest members to our I Am Girl Greatness community, Dion Johnson. She is a rising 3rd grader at Evansdale Elementary School. And so they're going to be reading the books that Sharon shared with you, and they are very excited. They were nervous, but they were very excited. And so they've been looking at their videos and their parents are excited. And so without further ado, let's roll the videos.
Great Girl AMAC, and today I'll be reading Our Family's Growing by Layla Lattimore and Zanika Johnson. Do you know who the author is? Yes! The author is the person who writes the story, who has made the story. And the illustrator is Zanika Johnson. You know what the illustrator is? Like, when you draw pictures and rainbows and unicorns and dragons? Is the person who draws all the pictures inside the books and stories. Okay, this is the front, and this is the front, and this is the back, and this is the backbone of the book, like your backbone and spine. Okay, we're having another baby. My parents told me Amira and Amaya. I was excited when Amaya was born. I didn't know anything about babies this time, but I will be prepared. Whenever my parents asked me to watch my little brother, he would run away from me. But when my older brother or my parents held him, he would snuggle in comfort. When I tried to feed him, he would turn his head away. When I tried to change his diapers, he would wiggle and he would make a big mess. If I gave a toy to him, he would toss the toy. Some days I felt jealous, but when I remembered to take a deep breath, I realized my parents were giving me less love. They were just giving our new baby, the extra care and attention he needed. I learned that it might not always be what you expect, but lots of deep breaths and hugs. Later, it became much easier and a lot more fun to be an older sibling. And that's all about our family is growing.
Hi, my name is Greg Dion. I will be going to third grade and I am in second grade. And today we are going to be reading The Great Ant Sleepover, story by Mahari Skidare by Nicole Kahn. And this is the front of the book. This is the back. This is the spine where it has the name. You can pause to look at it, and yeah. Anton was so excited for his first night in the big kid's room. All his cousins were laughing and running and chattering. His big sister, Ita, was sitting on the top of her bunk bed, playing with her favorite cousins. His mom tucked him into his new bed and kissed him goodnight. Anton realized with a shock that his mom wouldn't be joining him. But Mommy, we always sleep next to each other. I know, baby, but that's how we used to do it. But you're a big kid now, and you'll have fun sharing your new room with Anna and your cousins. Anton felt a big lump in his throat, but Mom just whispered good night and left him alone. Anna, he whispered, but Anna was busy with her friends. All around him, his cousins slowly grew quiet as they fell asleep. The room got dark. Clutching his dragonfly, Anton quietly slid out of his bed and out of the room. He walked out in the big maze of halls, the many tunnels of the ant farm. He realized he didn't remember where his old room was, the one he shared with his parents. Were they here? No. Here? No. Here? Anton got scared and sad. Then he heard footsteps behind him. Anton, what are you doing? It was Ada. She took one of his and let out a big yawn. Come back to our room, silly. Anton didn't want to go, but Ada tugged firmly on his arm. He followed her cutely. Back in bed, little bro, Anton started to cry. I don't like it here. And Etta went over an empty bed. She lifted it close to Anton. She crawled into a new bed. Just try not to kick me in your sleep, and pulled the blanket over her head. Anton felt his chest relaxed. The lump in his throat went away. He crawled back under his blanket. Anna was snoring already. Listening to the quiet hum of sounds of the ants falling asleep, Anton drifted off to sleep himself. And bye.
I would just like to say, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I would just like to say, so one of our girls, 2 years ago, she's been in our program for 2 years, 3 years, and she said, I want to. So we were doing a vision board, an end of the school year vision board, and where do you want to be next year this time? And she said, I want to be a better reader. And so she said, I have the opportunity to help one of my teachers who has a lot of books. And he said, if I help him, then I can have some of his books. And she made it a point to read the books over the summer. And when she first, and I would have her read to me on over the phone. And sometimes she would read and she would read fast and she would skip over. I was like, okay, you have to breathe. You have to. And for her to just say, yeah, I want to read to other children, I just thought that was it was so great. So the I Am Girl Greatness program, our motto is every girl deserves the right to live well and thrive. And we believe that the things that we do with them will help them make better decisions and cultivate healthier relationships. And so for them to want to give back in this way, they took their time. They call the National Great Girl Meetup camp. And so for them to take time away from camp so that, you know, they were having a big discussion with some mentors and big sisters to come in and read, to be able to share and want to give back to those who are younger than them. I thought that was really great for them to do that. And so I'm just really excited about this opportunity and just looking forward to this continued partnership.
Woohoo! Thank you, Dr. Lisa, for sharing that. This is part of the reason why we do the work that we do. I am tickled pink at her voice changes, at the yawn she put in there. So this was amazing for them to want to come and give back by reading books for us, for other children. So that was absolutely amazing. Tatiana, did you want to share something?
Yes, I just want to add that they did not want to stop reading at all. Dr. Lisa has some other books and they were like, okay, these are my 4. I was like, please, just can we read these 2 first? I mean, even it was so funny. There was a young lady, she's from Florida, but she ended up picking the Hey Georgia book. So as she's reading it, she was like, oh, this is about Georgia, but I'm from Florida. But it was just so cool. And they kept, they just started to feel more comfortable and more confident. For Dion to be a second grader, rising third, she read so well. After she read, I said, what grade are you in? And they were so natural. I did the story read using the Cox Campus tool one time, and they just went off. Even illustration, that was something that one of the girls mentioned when we were having conversations. So thank you, Dr. Lisa. I'm sorry. This one letter off, but this was our second opportunity to partner and work with young girls. Last year, we had the opportunity to talk to them about career choices and workforce development. So thank you again for this idea. And yes, this is something that you have created that we are going to continue. So be on the lookout in our newsletter. We would like to get more videos from families. So we will put out a call for families of young children, if they can record their children reading to children, or just them recording reading to children. I have 1,000 books on one end, 700 books on another, and 500 on another. So if they need a book, we have plenty of books. We can mail them a book. We can meet them at a center or at a park, but we will put on a call to get more of those books. The girls kept saying, okay, can we do this again? Can we do it again? Can I, so they're excited and we want to keep that going. So thank you, Dr. Lisa, DH Elevation, and Great Girls.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Tatiana. And so this wouldn't be Family Literacy Night if we just read, right? So now we're going to have the opportunity to go into breakout rooms. Yes, Google Meets, we learned, does breakout rooms just like Zoom. And we are going to think about one room, of course, well, 2 of the rooms will be about this book here, Our Family is Growing. And then the other 2 rooms will be the Great Aunt Sleepover. And what you're going to do is think about extending learning at home. So if you are a parent, how can you extend the learning at home when you read this book to children, or even educators, anybody who has those ideas? How can teachers extend the learning at school? And then take into consideration some culturally responsive considerations about activities that you can do with these two books. Make sure you choose a reporter because we are going to want to hear a little bit about what you do. So you won't have long in these breakout rooms. What time is it? I say maybe about 15 minutes-ish. And I won't start the 15 minutes until we see that everybody is situated in a breakout room. So I'm going to open the rooms. I hope that it does the same thing that Zoom does and just, automatically put you in the room. So we will see.
Bridget had a good conversation. She laughing.
Right. She's coming back.
Hold on, Cassandra, did we agree?
I know I was frozen for a second, and then I was like, "Oh!"
Awesome. Everybody is back. Look, they're trying to figure out who's going to be your group reporter. So this is how we're going to report out. There were 4 rooms, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we do not have to go in that order, whoever is brave enough to go first. But I want you to just give us one, because I'm sure you all came up with lots of ideas, but there might be multiple ideas that are the same. So we want to try to give as many people an opportunity. We don't want you to take all their ideas. So if you'll just share one extending learning at home, one extending learning at school, and then one culturally responsive consideration from each group, that would be awesome. So whichever group wants to come first, just unmute yourself and let's go.
I'll go first.
Awesome.
All right. So so we were doing the Great Aunt Sleepover and extended learning at home. We talked about how this would be a great opportunity to give names to emotions, to talk about emotions, that parents can do that with their children. The extended learning at school was if there are if they still have ant farms, they have them in this classroom, they can go and look at the ant farm and they can say, which one do you think is Anton's room? Which one do you think is his mom's room? And talk about that. And then the cultural responsive considerations, talking about families, how families look different, how sometimes there are cousins who live with families, or there are grandparents who live with families, and and friends who live with families, but not all families look alike. And even giving them the word family, they might know mom and dad, but might not know family. But what does that look like?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. That was awesome. Thank you for sharing. What number were you?
We were group number 4, right?
Thank you, group 4. Thank you, group 4.
That was the wonderful Bridget and the wonderful Cassandra.
Yeah. All right, who's going next?
I'm not gonna say we're the best, but we were the first and the best. Okay, drop the mic.
Next. It was just 2 of us. We will go next.
All right, Dr. Sheila.
Sheila, you've been here the whole time. We thought you were Eric. I know, right? I don't know why my screen is showing his login. I don't know, but it's me. He is me. I am he. But we had the ant book as well, and so yeah, like you say, ideas are the same. So we said that of course schools already have where the cots and sleeping cots and all, but if you're doing this in an elementary school classroom, one of the things the teacher could do is have like a pajama day that they have, and then also have them to bring their sleeping bags as well. And then we had mentioned the ant farmers too. Then also for at home in school too, we could have the children with magnifying glass to go outside and observe ants. Don't get too close, don't get bit, but to observe what the ants are doing, because we know that the ants do carry little things. And so Ms. Jones was telling, speaking about how ants will carry a crumb of bread, something heavier than they are, and to observe where they're going, where they're taking that. So that would be a great science experiment for them as well. For culturally responsive, we actually didn't really talk about it, but since we're talking now, I can, think like that. Culturally responsive is think about where ants may not be. Do some research. If you're working with older children, do some research. There are some regions where that may not have ants. So that would be something for the older children to do the research and see, well, do ants reside in every country or every, area, every region? So yeah, that was it.
Awesome. More great ideas. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank
Okay,
you.
we'll go next. We will group number 3. And we
All right.
have
Go ahead, Miss Keisha.
Our Family is Growing with the Miss Debbie Hillman, girl. We had a great conversation. So to extend it at home, we came up with giving a job chart for the new family member. So if it was a new baby, we can create a job chart of how that the child can help with the new baby, with the new family is growing. Okay, at school, we talked about creating artwork to hang in a new baby's room. So that's something that they could create, and then also they could also create a book about the new baby and read the book to the baby. And the cultural responsiveness consideration, the times we live in now, the family will be growing because families are having to live together. So they could talk about how the families have to come together and live together. So the family's growing that way as well.
Woo. I hope you all are taking notes because all of us have children in our lives somewhere. So, all right. So we saved the best for Latin. I'm just kidding. So our final group looks like Nathan is going to report. Take it away, Nathan.
All right, I'm going to share a report because Janice had a really good one. I want her to share it. But first, I'll tell you that we did talk about this being a book geared towards infants and toddlers and how that would be different for infants versus like an older toddler. But one thing that you could do at school and at home is take like baby dolls, and depending on the age group, like little babies can cuddle them and play with them and stuffed animals and things like that. But the older toddlers, they can change the diaper and play with them and feed them. So taking care of baby dolls as like a pretend play. Oh, the book I had. Thank you, Bridget. Our Family is Growing. And then I guess like acting out words. We talked about a lot of different things we could do. Oh, the breathing exercises, because it has the breathing in there on a couple of pages. But Janice, I want you to share your ideas for cultural responsive, which are also extending activities.
Okay. Well, one of my ideas, and I'll give you the one, was we know we're going to be planning this in our curriculum ahead of time. So, my thing is always get the parents involved. And one of the cool things in the book, it was talking about what to name the baby. So I was telling Nathan that I did a whole book and went to Senegal and researched like baby naming ceremonies. And it made me think about that because everybody's name has a meaning, and that name is your affirmation. So that basically what we can do is have the parents contribute what their name means and then break it down to their level. So like if their name is Soleil, we can have a felt board with a sun that we already prepared and be like, this is what your name means. Your name means sun. You come in and you brighten up our day, because your name means sun. Or like my name, Janice, means God of open doors. So that's complex, right? So we get a door and be like, oh, we have a door for you. And your name means open doors, which means everything that you want happens for you, just like a wish, like when you blow out the candles on the cake, until you get your wish comes true, So, those kind of things, that just talk about the meanings of their names and just use a felt board to make it visual for the older toddlers. And that was it. And the parents get to be involved.
Yes, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. Too bad I didn't have these when I was doing our activity guide, but we might have to slide some of these ideas in there somewhere. But those were great ideas, everybody. Thank you so much for participating. You can move forward, Lubna, in this activity. And so guess what? Everybody gets free books. I don't care if you already have them. If you fill out our distribution form, you can go to the next one, Lubna. As long as you fill out our distribution form and our shipping survey, because that's the only way we can get them to you. Last time we had people fill out the book distribution and they didn't fill out the shipping form. So we want to make sure that we can get your books to them. Yes, Dr. Lisa, books for your new grandbabies. Yes. And so make sure you all fill those out. Lubna will be putting those links in the chat so that you can go ahead and take a moment to complete those. They will also be in our follow-up email. All right, next slide. So as I mentioned, okay, I don't know where this idea came from, but a year ago during National Black Child Development Week, I had this idea to create an activity guide, and I thought it was just going to be for that week. But we have been rocking and rolling with our activity guides every month. And this June, this one right here, and our National Black Child Development Week activity guides made a year. So we have been doing this every month for a year, and we're going to see where it goes. We did include our Hey Georgia book in the activity guide because we did give that book away at a kickoff event we did with Impact Church, and we had school-age children there. So we gave that book away to the children as well. So make sure you access our activity guides, not just this one, but go back and click download. They're free. Share that resource with other people in your network so that they too can use the activity guide. They're great activities that can be done both at home or at school. Woo, woo. Okay, next slide. And again, thank you so much to Dr. Lisa and DH Elevation Consulting and all of her I Am Girl Great members and readers. They did an excellent job, and I can't wait to see where else this partnership takes us. So I am very excited and just wanted to thank you again, Dr. Lisa. So you all know we always do a group photo, right? So Lubna is going to stop sharing the presentation for just a moment. So, get your lips ready, fix your hair, tighten it up, come on camera, and I'm going to unpin. I can't.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, unpin me. We still have 4 people we can't see. So now that's the problem with Google Meet, huh?
Yes, again, we are learning that we may not be able to do this moving forward, but we hope to be in person soon. But it is a tradition for us to take a picture. So we'll try to do the best that we can.
Tatiana, if you just click the change layout and do the tiled legacy, you will be able to see all the windows.
Change layout.
On the 3 dots.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep, there it is. I was going to say, I figured it out too.
Awesome. Okay, so we only
love learning out loud.
Yes. So I can only not see Keisha and Cassandra, but we're gonna go ahead. I'll take 2 or 3.
Not working.
Yeah, I know you mentioned it, but we know that beautiful face. Give me just a moment and I'll say go. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. Give me a second. I'm gonna save this one and then we'll do one more. 1. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. That one was really good. All right. I think 2 is enough. They look good. Awesome. Thank you for that.
Awesome. Yay. And we just have a few more things as we come down the home stretch. So I'm not going to set the timer because I really want to make sure that we have time. But there are 3 surveys with this one. I know, survey. But guess what? These surveys are how we are able to get these books, right, through our grants, funders, sponsors. So we need the information. They love us. And so we want them to keep loving us and keep giving us money so that we can continue to give away books to children and families in Georgia. So Lubna can put the link in the chat. If you are done with your other 2, you can go ahead and start that or do it as soon as we are done. But we would like everyone to go ahead and fill out those surveys for us because like I said, every survey means more funding because we hate when we say we gave out 2,000 books, but then we only have 100 surveys. So we want to be able to get as many surveys as possible. Okay. All righty. You can go to the next one, Lubna. Yeah, so I'm passing the mic back to the press. Go ahead, Miss Tatiana.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Your input, your interaction is what continues to allow us to make sure that we create spaces that are fun and engaging, but also meaningful. So just a few ways to get involved. As we mentioned earlier, we are a membership-based organization. So we want to make sure that you have access to our membership link. There it is. All right. So join us, become a member. As I share, we are looking for creative ways to boost our membership benefits. We're looking for partnerships with organizations who can offer our members discounts. We are also looking, as a part of our Read to Succeed program, we're looking for organizations where we can go and partner with child care centers or learning environments where we can do story reads with the children, provide the children with books, also recruit teachers for training to support literacy training. All of our trainings moving forward will be state approved through DECAL's ASO, but also we are looking from our members to see if there's ways that you all can also donate some gently used books, or if you have books that are outsourced, then we can maybe pay for shipping or pay a minimum cost to receive those. We're always looking for books. As Sharon mentioned, we did provide 2,000 books last year. Our goal is to double that. And one way to do that is by getting low cost as well as free books. So we will put together different drop-off locations. But if you are a member, you say, hey, you can drop them off at our child care center. My director said it's okay. Or I am a center director and I will put a box up front. So we just want to increase our membership so we can truly make an impact, not only in the state, the city of Atlanta, but the entire state of Georgia. We're also looking for members to help support different events that are local in your community. We know Bridget, she is one of our board members and she's not in the Metro County. So looking at how we can partner with organizations in various counties to promote the work that we do with BCDI. But we need your help. We need to hear your voices. So please reach out if you have any questions, but we definitely want you to become a member so we can do more fun and exciting events and future opportunities. Yeah, Keisha camera is working. That's right. That's Keisha, y'all.
I was just saying, here it is, the end of the meeting. I keep clicking on it, clicking on it, clicking on it. But I was like, let me click one more time and the camera comes on.
We love to see you. Thank you so much, Keisha. Keisha has been around since I've been around, so we're truly honored for her commitment. This year, our theme is continue to be elevate the culture, embracing all voices. We always look for donations. We do have a goal to raise funds so we can continue to have events such as this, or me being able to travel to Albany to record the girls doing the videos. So we always look for donations. We are in the process of hosting a potential event coming up. So through donations, we're able to make more events happen, even the membership engagement opportunity. I would love for us to get together and fellowship and just have a relaxing time together, but that's done through donations. So if you hear of anyone that's looking for an organization, such as just recently, Deal Dankers Pickleball randomly selected us. Google some local organizations that's doing great work in the community, and they raised $500 on Juneteenth for us because of the work that we're doing. So I'm excited. We're about to learn how to play pickleball, y'all. And it's right in the West End community. So again, reaching out to different organizations who believe in what we believe in and want to support us. Next slide. So take action, share your stories. When we're out in the community and we hear someone say, hey, we appreciate the work that you do, we try to record them. We try to send them to our impact link. But again, as Sharon mentioned, funders like to hear stories from our community. Please be willing to share those stories, because just like that word says, it's an impact. We want to hear how we're impacting, but we also want to hear how we need to better impact the community. As I mentioned, donations from community advocates and joining our membership, but also subscribe to our newsletter. We do send out a consistent newsletter once a month, but we're starting to do more e-blasts with community-related resources, upcoming events that we may be a part of, or different highlights that we want to make sure we share. So we're going to start sending out more newsletters and e-blasts. So please subscribe to our newsletter. As soon as you go to the website, it'll just ask you for your email address and you're good to go. All right, upcoming events. We have some new events coming up. We do have Summer Fridays for mental health. For the remaining Fridays in July and August, you can still reach out to us via our website as well as info, and we will be sure to respond to you on that following Monday. We also, as I mentioned, have a new phone number, so leave us a message and we'll call you back as well. Our upcoming community cafe, we're excited about this one. The subject is building strong school-home partnerships for early learners. We are going to gather a panel for this discussion so we can provide the community with different perspectives on how to support that relationship when it comes to a school-home partnership. That does take place August 12th, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And just like this one, we will join Google Meet. We'll make sure we record it and send out follow-ups, but continue to register in Eventbrite. If you are unable to attend, just keep in mind the next day you will receive a copy of the recording as well as the resources provided. BCDI conference is coming. We are super excited. You know, for us, BCDI-Atlanta, we are in the process of hosting a homecoming event during that week of October 24th through the 26th on that Friday. So I'm going to give a huge shout out to Miss Janice. When she first heard about it, she has been diving in and truly support us making this event successful. We want to make sure that our members are aware of what's going on as far as volunteer opportunities. If there's any discount codes that we can provide in order for us to register, we'll be looking at that as well. But just stay tuned to our newsletter, our e-blast, as well as our social media for updates. But we are super excited to have National Black Child Development Institute National Conference hosted here in Atlanta. It is at the Signia Hotel that is in the same parking area as the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Yes, Miss Janice?
No, I just had a question because I'm so excited because I'm going to be a speaker at the event and I was selected. So I want to say thank you, everybody. That I know somebody's on here that was on that committee, but I like to say thank you. And I want to know if anybody else is going to be speaking or at the national conference that is in our on our board of directors or members.
Yes, great question. Is anyone else here? I currently serve on the committee as well as the Book, Toys, and Media Award ceremony that's hosted that Saturday. I just received the books that I am reviewing, and this is now, again, opening up a new portal to 3 new authors that we can ask if we can record children reading their books. We can invite them to come and attend meetings. But yes, stay tuned for that event as well. It's the Books, Toys, and Media Awards ceremony on that Saturday. So yes, is there anyone participating? If you're interested in volunteering, be on the lookout for that email. But great question, because we want to support you. Miss Janice, as soon as you get some communication, send it over to us so we can put it in our newsletter and we can put it on social media, because we want to support you and we want to encourage our members to visit you while they're attending the conference as well. Congratulations.
Thank you. I will too.
So how about you, Nathan? Did you submit a proposal?
No, I didn't this time.
That's all right. You're going to be right there with me
I
volunteering.
wanted to be there to, yeah.
Yes.
Hands-on volunteering, yep.
Yes, our goal is to make sure that this is a wonderful, fun experience when they leave Atlanta. So thank you. All right, so we have some resources that we want to share. We continue to host our quarterly lean meetings. They are 2 hours long. We have guest speakers. Recently, we had Dr. Keon Berry, who was a previous board member, and Mr. Lamont Jones, CEO of Furthering Fathering, two dynamic men in ECE. I mean, great. The video is available on YouTube as well as on our website. As Sharon mentioned, we will continue to put out activity guides again as members. Tatiana, Sharon, what about an activity guide about this? What about an resource for this? We need that feedback because, again, this is a membership-led organization. Sharon, myself, and Lubna, we can't think of all things, but we try, but we want to make sure that we're pulling from our members so we could truly impact the community based on the needs. Next slide. Awesome. We are at our third quarterly village meeting. The next meeting is October 14th, where we will have our annual business meeting to discuss all things business. Then we will wrap it up with our quarterly meeting at 6:30. The link is, Lubna's going to put the link in the chat, but you can go ahead and register in advance. We're going to ask for grace because we are going to play around with Eventbrite and update it, because I know we did have some challenges with getting in tonight, whether Zoom or Google Meets, but we'll make sure we correct that error. Thank you. I love meeting with you all. I've been meeting with so many people and I'm like, I'm having so much fun. You know, the board understands there are challenges behind the work that we do. Debbie is my motivator. As she mentioned earlier, we've been here before. The only thing we can do is keep going. Without your support, we would not be able to be who we are. Continue to provide us with resources and needs that the community may have so we can make all of our meetings, all of our resources valuable to our community. But thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening and be on the lookout for a follow-up email tomorrow from Eventbrite. Good night.
Good